Well, I grew up in Chicago back in the Great Depression. Interesting time in the United States. And in some ways it kind of strengthens one when you go through a difficult time like that. I loved school. I would soak up everything I could, and then I started to work. I had an opportunity to do some serious overseas traveling. But I recognized the difference in business cultures, business practices. I knew that if you were going to do a deal with somebody in Japan, it was not a matter of handing them a contract or a non-disclosure agreement and saying, sign this and we can talk. You had to be much more aware of the culture and what was important to them and the way of conveying the win-win scenario. The United States students, or the academia, was not turning out students who had an appreciation for international business. And if you're going to have people that are going to be your future leaders and develop that market for you, you've got to be able to relate to their personal backgrounds.
I was actually born in India, and my parents migrated with me when I was 6 years old. The first time I wanted to be a global citizen was when I was entering high school, because during the COVID-19 pandemic, I was transitioning into 9th grade. And that's when I realized that as an Indian living in America, I don't have to limit my impact to the four walls around me. I can actually expand and attempt to help those who are not in my backyard. I received information about the WTCI Albrecht Fellowship application, and so I knew I had to do it. The most intriguing part about the fellowship to me was the idea of guest speakers, because I had never met someone who was from the field of international affairs or diplomacy, so to be able to meet people in person who could provide me with advice, direction, was something I really valued. Even though I did know I wanted to become involved in a global impact and cross-cultural affairs, I didn't know how to navigate these fields, especially being the first one in my family to have an American education, let alone pursue international affairs. I knew that this program would be able to help me through the process and have self-growth, but also increase my understanding of the opportunities around me. But the thing that I value the most is the amount of commitment my parents showed, the amount of sacrifice that they made to separate themselves from their entire family, from their entire home, just so that I could have bigger opportunities and so that I could live a fulfilling life in America. And WTCI Albrecht Fellowship is just one step in that way.
So I was born in Brazil and I love to travel. So working at a company that is global is definitely an interest of mine. So I decided to apply for the Albrecht College Fellowship Program because there's really no other program like it. I became really interested because it was specifically for college students. That was very interesting to me because there are very few programs whose focus is to just expose you and give you access to companies that are both local and global. To be honest, I didn't know that there were so many global businesses that are headquartered here in Maryland. There's a huge focus in the program on just those soft business skills and professional skills that somebody needs to essentially set themselves apart. It's not something that you learn in college, right? How to expand your network, how to present yourself, how to have values at work, and really how to look for companies that are doing good work and that are interested in seeing you grow as a professional.
WTCI Albrecht Fellowship will be something like you've never experienced before. Every month you'll attend a session where you'll meet new guest speakers at a new location. You'll be immediately invited into a community of people who have similar drive but differing opinions. That's where you'll grow the most.
So I would really recommend the program to any college student who's really interested in pursuing a career with a global business. The exposure that you get in this program is really unmatched. There are very few programs that are specifically geared towards college students who want to have a global reach and who want to make an impact.
I think that they don't realize it at the time, but I think both the high school students and the college undergrads come away from these programs with something that's very precious, and that is a better understanding of what's going on in the world outside the United States. Take advantage of every chance you are given to travel. You have to find your way through cultures and languages that are not familiar to you, because that's probably where the biggest future business opportunities are going to be.
The type of person that it takes to enter the WTCI Albrecht Fellowship is someone with a mission. Someone who knows that they want to achieve something, someone who knows that they're willing to put in the time, the effort, the extraneous amount of work so that they can leave an impact for others, a legacy. And through that determination and through that spirit, that is someone who will become an emerging leader.